Hi guys, and welcome back. Today is really exciting because today we are putting in a pergola in our backyard. So I'm going to show you what I can, what's going on right now because it's just getting started. So let me turn the camera around. So what the guy is doing right now is that he is cutting out the areas where the roof line is going to be with the pergola, because the roof line is going to mimic that same angle, and then it's going to be brought out to the end right here in the corner right here. There's going to be a footer there, and then the other footer will be right on the pavement over here. But that's the beginning of our new pergola. So a few minutes have passed since I picked up the camera, so let me show you where they're at. Looking out the window from my door, you can see that they already have one post in, and they are digging, getting ready to put another post there. And that's where it's all going to cover. It's going to go diagonally from here all the way across. Okay, so we're at the end of day one. And earlier, I pointed out that one of the posts were already in place, the one over on the left side where that metal footer is. And I don't see that it's up anymore, so I'm not really sure what's happening with that. I didn't get a chance to talk to them, but it's not there anymore, so I don't know what's going on with that. But let me try to explain what they've done this far, at least to the best of my abilities. But before I do that, let me explain this whole structure right here, this cement structure. When we purchased the home, this cement platform right here, we were told that it was already set for footers, which that means that when a cement floor like this is set for footers, it means that the cement is at least 6 inches in depth. But what we found out was this side is set for footers. However, what we discovered on this side was that this side is only about 4 inches thick. And so for them to put this footer, they had to cut the cement right along this footer here. And you can hardly tell they did a really great job. But to place this on, they had to dig a hole, add some cement to brace that. If they didn't do this, then when the wind blows, eventually this will be weakened and the cement will break. So that was the reason why they had to do that. So they've got the footers now in place at the very end. And then over here, on the batten board, which a batten board is when one panel of board is straight down, and then they add a I guess it's about 2-3 inch board that goes above it on each crease of each of these panels that are here. This is called batten board. They had to cut the depth over here to add according to what each board is going to be on the width. So one board, which may be a 4x4 or a 2x4, will go across this direction. Then they dug a hole way up there, if you can see that, and that's where the main board, which will be a 2x6 it looks like, that's going to go across the top of the building to hold the roofing. This post here is going to be tied into the roof here, if this makes sense. And then they'll bring log that'll go this direction, tying into this footer here. So that's where they're at right now. And they're going to be starting probably a little later on today, but at least we've gotten this far. I hope you guys got the picture of how this is being done at this point and where they're at. I'm not really a builder per se, but I was raised with my father, and hanging out with him, I got to learn a lot about how a building is put together. And so I kind of have an idea how this is going this far. But once it's all put together, this is going to make a lot more sense. So I wasn't able to record what they did last night because I came really early. But this is where we're at today. And as you can see, they followed the roof line. There's one board straight in the center. I'm going to see if they can put two boards on either side, give it a little bit more style. And the reason they use this flashing here is because it kind of goes along with the house. There's one big hawk over here. It's been circling around. They're definitely looking for something. This isn't the greatest camera for videoing, but on this, but yeah, do you see those? Yeah, they're circling in the backyard. I kept seeing this big shadow. So they're clearly hunting for food. Okay, you guys, we're going in to day 3 of building our pergola. I don't know if you want to call it a pergola or if you want to call it an extension to our house. But whatever the case is, it's looking wonderful. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see it. So here's where they've gotten into day 3. But one of the things that I'm adding, in case I didn't mention this the other day, is that we're having skylights put in. Let me see if I can put my finger there without blurring it out. But there's a skylight on this side and then on the opposite side. And the reason for putting that there is mainly because this way it's not like entirely dark in there. I mean, the whole thing's open, right? So of course light's gonna get in there. So maybe those skylights weren't really necessary. But you know, when you're out here at night and you know, you can see the stars, you know, why not, right? So I don't know if it was necessary or not, probably overkill, but I love the fact that it has an overhang over here and just really looking like the extension of the house and just really, really loving it. Let me take you over from this direction. You can kind of see where the other skylight is right there. And I don't know, I was just gonna add a little bit of style to it, if nothing else. So we decided to go ahead and go with this. Now the inside is not going to be open beam. That's actually going to be completely covered with cedar. So it's going to have a cedar roof, just kind of like an indoor of a home. Yeah, I'm really, really excited. Now I would have preferred to have more of the cedar color on the posts because those are they're pressure treated and they're kind of a greenish. But I guess in a way they go with the house, so I don't know. We may end up painting it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But we are going with the same color of roofing that's on our house. Traditionally they do black, but you know what? If it's going to be an extension of the house, might as well make it the same color, right? So this is where we're at with the pergola. Good morning.
Good morning.
Right now they are going to prepare the inside and start adding the ceiling here and covering it up with all this beautiful cedar. It's going to look beautiful. And they still need to put the one bar over this way and one that way. And they will be adding some gutters, but yeah. And then the electrician should be coming here to put a fan right in the center. But this is what it looks like from the inside as of today. Let me go back out. And so far, this is what it looks like. But definitely neat gutters on this side and on that side. But the roof, they tried to match it up as much as possible to the existing one. So it's not exactly identical. Perhaps, maybe it is, and it's just hard to tell. But I really like the contrast anyway. So yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Okay, you guys, the pergola is completely done, and I have to say that this is the most beautiful farmhouse pergola that I have seen in any backyard. And I am so happy and just blown away at how gorgeous it looks. It really transformed this whole backyard, and now we can use this backyard even more and be able to even enjoy our chicken coop, because that's something that we weren't doing. And I can't be more excited to share this with you. Now, I'm going to go over all the things that I'm going to be implementing over the course of 2025. But for now, I will show you what it looks like right now. I did bring in some furniture just to get it out of the elements for the winter months. But there's going to be some changes, and I'm going to bring you over for the whole makeover once I get to that point. But for now, let me show you what it looked like before. So this is a before, and this is what it looks like now, standing by the chicken coop like I was in the first photo. This turned out to be so beautiful and so perfect as an addition to our farmhouse and to our backyard. It just really transformed it. So looking at it from the side view, oh my gosh, I have to give a big shout out to Lewis with Saints Maintenance, because he did a beautiful job. And he designed this so perfect that it just looks like it's part of the house now. The first thing that I pointed out while they were building this was the roof. They really worked hard to match it completely to the existing roof of the house. And I think they got a pretty good match. It's a little bit more green, but that's okay. It makes it its own individual building. And it's just absolutely beautiful, and I couldn't be happier. So big shout out to Lewis for this and getting this done as quickly as possible. I mean, this literally took like, I think 3 days to do. Could have been 4. So this is looking at it from this angle. Now keep in mind that there's going to be a lot of changes. Things are not completed here. I still have cushions to put out and just design it in a way that it's going to be very functional. Now, I was asked about the Chiminea, if I was going to bring that into this new property, and yes, I am. Right now, I have it right there, as you can see, but going forward, once I share what I'm going to, or at least what my plans are for this pergola, once that is completed, then the Chiminea will be then placed into the back of my greenhouse over here. Just a place so I can stay nice and cozy in there as well. Okay, so let me show you inside. So keep in mind that the setting right now is not a permanent setting, but it is what I had to work with to make it look cozy just for right now, for the end of this year. And then in 2025, I will be decorating it, and you will see how I go about doing that. Okay, so let me take you in and show you the details of this building, and then I'll go over kind of what I have in mind as far as plans for 2025 for this backyard. But doesn't that ceiling just look absolutely stunning? It is absolutely gorgeous. And they did add the 2 additional posts here, which was a must, because otherwise it wouldn't have looked as beautiful. And it just absolutely looks stunning now. I did notice that they didn't remove one of the pieces of paper up here, but that's okay. That's a small detail. But look at where the batten board is now. Now it makes more sense as to why they removed some of those smaller pieces of wood out. It's because they had to add support for the ceiling. And so now that makes more sense. And it makes more sense to me too. Now, everything here is going to change. I will be adding a larger dining table back here. I will be fixing the cushions for that chair over there as well as that one there. I'm going to reupholster those. But for 2025, what I really would like to do is I would like to have a fire pit or a fireplace built right here in the center. And the reason for that is that there's two reasons for that. One, it'll help keep the rain from coming in. And the other reason is because I think it's just going to look stunning to be able to sit around a fireplace. And it's just going to add some warmth back here. The other thing that I'm going to do is probably create some type of steps over this way and a pathway going to my greenhouse. So looking at the pergola on this side, I will be building a garden area right here. Now it's going to be a raised garden, of course, and it's probably going to be about 3 feet tall. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to do a metal container or if I'm going to build it by wood, but this way I have an area that I can put all my herbs and spices. I am going to probably be introducing some, probably some star jasmine on each of these posts, at least the 2 outer ones. But right here, right around where this little azalea is, I'm going to be digging right around the perimeter, all the way around this whole pergola, and then adding river rock there. And then I'll place whatever container, whatever garden container I place will be on top of that. This way, all the water and any rain that pours down will filter into here. Yeah, and so that's what I'm planning for 2025. Now, we still need to put gutters in. They haven't done that yet, but I think we're going to be doing that in a later time. But for now, this is what it looks like. And I am so happy with the outcome of it. Now, you get plenty of sun filtered still in there. But once I get the garden container built up, that's going to shelter it a little bit more. But you know what? Sun is good. Get that vitamin D, right? So yeah. And I'm not sure about the containers, if they're in the right placement or not. But for now, that's where it is. And now you can see that the facing here now goes along with the house. And it looks a lot prettier than I expected it to look. Now, one of the biggest reasons for doing this addition here is because our chickens are a big part of our lives. And right now, they're right over here. Now, sitting underneath our pergola, we're able to enjoy our chickens, and even if it's at a distance. And then I will be recreating this whole backyard. For now and for the rest of the year, we'll be able to come out here and sit and enjoy our backyard with our guests or just ourselves. Okay, you guys, that's going to do it for me. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and stay tuned, you guys, because there are some exciting things going up in our 5 acres here. We are really transforming this into our own, and we're excited to be able to share this with you as well. So stay tuned. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and that notification button, because you'll miss out if you don't. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I really appreciate you. So thank you for watching. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next one.